Hey, what's up guys and gals? This is Derek or Chills for Shipping. This video is just an educational video review of a high school Plat Winston player to help get the basics down on playing dive tank. I hope you enjoy it and maybe even learn a little.
So like, is it like this? Something like that?
Yeah, that's when you get close to them. Try the melee jetpack right here. Yeah. I heard the auto attack go through. Like, I can't even see it, and that's good. That means it's clean.
Oh wait. Ignore that.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
You didn't.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah. You did.
Yep. All right, let's go in with your ball here and get the combo off.
We have a tour.
Wait. We need to find out where they are first. Oh, they're top right. They have Zen. This is easy game. We're gonna dive Zen. Ready?
Yo,
okay,
what
you
you
used your
doing?
jump. I don't know why you did that. Okay, we're gonna dive Zen. He's behind the blue box. Ready?
Yeah. Go.
Oh, I got CC to death. Hold up.
Okay, you kind of messed up that melee combo. Melee. Yeah, remember to use your melee.
I didn't understand who I was shooting there.
Oh, okay. It's best if you get high ground, like I said, because then you'll get an overview of them, and they won't be able to see you as much.
It got messed up when I used a jetpack to try to get there, but I couldn't get there.
Okay, we can dive from here.
Yep.
Okay.
Ready?
Where are we diving? Sigma.
I'm on McCree.
Sigma?
Nice melee combo.
Sigma 1.
McCree has too much health. I mean, no, Sigma has too much health. McCree was gonna die.
You gotta be meleeing as soon as you get onto them,
Okay.
because that's the time that you're gonna be the closest to. So that's the time that you might be. That's the time that you might only be able to get the melees off.
Don't dive tanks. Like, you're not gonna do anything.
Oh, they have on a Zen. They have on a Zen. Call the dive on the on a Zen.
We're definitely gonna kill Zen here. Ready?
Say no. You don't have
Yeah.
jetpack.
I'm ready now.
Okay.
So let's dive the Ana
Alright.
now.
No, Zen.
Auto.
They're wasting us.
Nice.
Just back up.
Huge. Force the transcendence.
I have no idea what.
Just back up.
Remember, you want to keep your before you dive, you want to make it so the enemies never see you. You don't ever want to show yourself, because A, they'll shoot you, and B, they'll know you're gonna dive them. Yeah, so hide, just completely hide. Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready. I don't have any info though.
Oh, since we have top alone here, let's get him.
Okay.
Juggles then off. Nice.
I don't know why he was up there.
Get Sigma. Never mind. Where are you?
They're all low.
Okay. Where are we diving?
You can go in here. You can kill Arisa. She has no fortify. Melee combo. Okay, nice try. Try
wait, why can't we dive the Sigma?
try getting across using your jetpack and
Oh, Zen's in the back. Ready?
Yes.
Okay, go.
nice. Focus Yana. Okay, watch out, you're low, you gotta get out, man. Nice pick.
Alright, healers aren't doing anything. What?
Yeah, where's the...
What?
Oh. I...
Okay, we'll go. Just do it. Just get some use out of it.
Stigma's half.
Genji up top half.
Good
Genji's
melee
one,
combo?
Genji's one. Genji's actually one.
Where's...
Huge.
Where is he? Oh, okay.
Oh, you
you're
guys
dead.
used like 3 ults there.
I saw my ult.
Zen's alone.
Good call.
Oh no, I just
Nice,
I
huge
just dropped the
melees.
ball.
Ooh,
No.
unfortunate. That was good though. You
I
just
can't fly.
you gotta land that initial jetpack combo. That's what does the most damage.
Yeah.
Oops. I just killed my teammate. I'm not gonna ult.
Should have used beat there, but we're probably gonna lose now.
It's okay. You guys
Are we
have
gonna
one more
regroup?
fight. Try to go up top and reposition here.
Our torch is feeding. Wait.
You still have one more fight.
There's a Genji up here.
Don't reveal yourself to the
That's not
enemies. Don't
bad.
reveal.
Get him, he's low. Got him.
Nice. Focus Yana. Focus
Wait.
Yana.
Oh, they're anti, go. Sigma,
Huge
Sigma.
call targets.
Oh no, sorry.
I need, okay, our healer. Anna, what is she doing? Trying to hit our Lucio.
Stay hidden.
Play cart. Don't, play cart. Nice.
Oh god.
Oh, I thought I could place my shield. Orisa's low.
I'm
Go for
coming.
Orisa. Nice.
Nice. Huge. Winnable.
Ana's dead.
Winnable. Okay. Gotta get the melee combo done. Huge. Nice job.
I'm just gonna body block. Oh, never mind.
Remember, before you
Genji.
before you go in, think who can kill me and who can I kill and why am I going in?
Okay.
Health packs?
I usually see their healers kind of far from their.
Get the health packs, man. You're low.
I usually see them kind of far from.
Nice. Genji said, oh, we can dive here, ready? Just jump down.
Oh,
Yeah,
Zen,
god.
Zen, Zen. Melee, nice. Huge. McCree.
Nice. Sigma?
Oh, Nice. Popping off, dude.
Oh,
Melee combo this one.
this
Oh,
is
nice.
so low.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't hit the jetpack melee there.
Try to get high ground again. Try to get high ground.
You want to engage with jump as little as possible. Like, you haven't guaranteed escape that way. I'm looking for a power drive.
Sigma.
Focus who you can kill. Focus who you can kill.
Where did? I meant to. I saw the brig right in front of me, so I thought I could pocket her, and I ulted.
That's pretty questionable to focus this Sigma. Remember, hold tab again and analyze their team. I want you to tell me what's up.
So they lost their Zen, who is a really good target for us, and their Ana.
Hmm.
They have Fade,
Hanzo.
Reaper now.
Hanzo has like no mobility when he's out in the open. We can get him. really
Yeah,
easily.
good call. And their tanks have no
Reapers?
Their tanks have no survivability
Reapers
if they
coming
use their cooldowns.
Because
Oh, the Reaper's done. This is easy game. Here, let's go.
Okay.
I'm on their tanks.
their Hanzo's up here alone.
Watch out, you have no cooldowns. Alright, when you engage there, did you think about who can kill you and who can you kill?
I meant to go for the Sigma. I know the Reaper wasn't there, so I tried to go there. But I made the mistake of I meant to put down the shield, but I didn't check my cooldowns.
Think out loud. Think out loud. It'll help your team coordinate.
Okay. So I'm gonna take high ground
Hanzo
right now.
dead. Hanzo's dead.
Let's get some info. We can dive on Sigma. He's
Okay.
alive.
I can't dive yet. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, nice calls.
I'm waiting.
Okay, I'm here. I'm here.
Bridge right next to me. Reaper's with me.
Right there, I think we should have stayed on high ground until we called a dive.
I thought we did.
Mhm.
We held bait too long. I don't.
Maybe I can.
Alright, that's fine. You want to do a VOD review with that game?
Sure.
No regrets. Raggerts. Rage Erts. Get down, Mr. President.
I really thought I had my shield there. I was spamming.
Yeah, it was up in half a second. Not even.
I just see you like place your shield and just jump around like unnecessarily a lot. You need to just like walk around. Like you don't need to use your jump to get around. You just walk up the stairs like to initiate the dive. You don't have to jump up there.
When you're
Wait,
And plus-
Sean, don't invite me.
I'll keep going.
when you're looking to reposition, of course you can use your jetpack to minimize the amount of line of sight that the enemies have. Because if you're traveling like a billion speed, they're not going to be able to headshot you. But otherwise, remember your jump pack is like the only thing allowing you to get anywhere. So if your ball is saying I'm looking for a dive and you reposition and use your jetpack to reposition, you need to tell your ball I'm not ready yet. I just use jetpack. Or
Okay.
just don't use jetpack in the first place. Just get into a spot and say wait for me, ball. Okay, so right here, pause the video.
Is there a hotkey for pause? Oh, wait,
no.
hold
Maybe spacebar or like control P. Okay, so right here, looking at their team, we called that they had a Zen, and that we were gonna dive the Zen. So instead of staying up top here, you want to either be on their flank or on the high ground. So the best option here would be to dive across, which I saw you trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember, you never want to reveal your position to the enemy, and you're sitting on the edge here, and you kind of just jump in. The best thing to do here would just be to jump to the other side and hope that they're not all sitting on the other platform. Of course, it'd be way easier if your team called they're up top. All of them are up top. We're going to dive up top. So then you can safely say, okay, let me reposition and go up top. Pause the video here. Okay, so when you want to dive, when your team is setting up for a dive, you can't you gotta figure out where you need to be, and you can't be a liability to your team and waste your cooldowns to get there, or screw up a dive and let your ball go in by himself. So high ground and flank here would be the left room. If you see look to the left on the second story on the tower, yeah, in there you see the window to the left, either this doorway or the window. Diving out of there, you would have had high ground and flank to see all of them, to know who you're diving. And then you wouldn't have to use your bubble, because you can just jiggle peek the corner and make it so they have no light. Oh, Jesus. No line of sight on you. Okay, so your ball is going in here, and if you were up there, you'd be able to dive with him. You do dive with him here. Let's watch that. Yeah. Yeah, see how you don't know where they are, so you don't get your jetpack combo off, and you barely get any damage on?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you are on high ground or on the flank, or if you're at least just on a position where they didn't know where you were, and you can easily dive them, you would have gotten way more value off of that one.
Okay.
Alright, so resetting here. Again, we should be analyzing where they are and where you need to position yourself to dive onto them. So right now you're kind of just like sitting in spawn. It's a bit of your team's fault, because you don't know where they are, and it's better to not give your position away and maneuver around what your team is saying. So right here, you should be asking where are they, where are we diving, and either get the DPS or your ball player to say, oh, they're on cart, let's dive them on cart, or their healers are up top, and then that should cue you, okay, I need to set up and either jump across, or if it's safe to walk across, which here it's not, because you'll just give them like infinite line of sight. So jump across to make it really fast across and not expose yourself, or get ready to dive the cart, or try jumping all the way around to high ground.
Because I heard Anthony saying that the healers were up there where they are right now. So I think I was trying to make a path to there, but I failed because I didn't really have a path.
Yeah, you should.
I could have.
As soon as your team calls a potential place to dive, you should just in your head think, okay, where do I need to go to set that up? And it needs to be lightning fast, because if you need to use your jetpack to set it up, you need to use it right there and then and get that 6-second cooldown started, so then you have your dive when your ball's ready. All right, so let's see it here. I think you hit the ceiling on this jetpack here. Oh no, you don't. Okay, nice. Good dive in. Maybe we didn't call exactly where they were or the right target to dive. That was some good high ground, but you didn't really get the information of where to dive. So you kind of just went in blind.
Yeah.
Also, you didn't do the melee combo and you weren't meleeing. You do more of that later in the game, which is good. But remember, always be getting the high ground over them so you can see where they are, not just high ground and flank. It's more for the info and your own positioning to set up the dive is why you want the high ground and flank. All right, so let's see it here.
Okay.
We should be calling out who to dive and where they are. And in your head thinking who to dive, where they are, and where your counters are. So in this game, McCree is going to be your biggest counter, even though he's not that much of a threat.
Anthony calls it. I try to go for the Zen, but then I drop.
Okay. Go back 20 seconds here.
Okay.
Alright, let's pause the video here and go in third person. Or floating camera. Over the... Yeah. So right here, you have the information, but you can get closer and on the higher ground if you went to the left here. And... yeah.
Right there.
Also, another reason why you want to get high ground is because if you let's look at it from your point of view. So go to your point of view. When you're on top of them, you see their entire hitbox. So if we're looking at their tank players right now, you see 100% of their hitbox pretty much. Even more, like on a one-dimensional plane, you see 100%. And since it's tilted over, their hitbox is even bigger for you to shoot. So if you're a hit scan or someone with a projectile, you have like literally infinite space for them to shoot. Now go to their like fly over to their point of view, not exactly on their point of view because they're not looking at you, and look at yourself. Yeah, go a bit lower. Yeah, okay, so when you look at yourself here, when you're on the high ground, the higher you are, the harder it is to hit you. So compared to their hitbox right now, your hitbox is actually showing only like 70% maybe. And if you're head glitching it and backing off a little and only shoulder peeking it, then you minimize the chance that they'll even look up to you, let alone deal any damage. So play the clip from right here and watch yourself. You're exposing your body a ton right here when you don't have to be, and it allows their McCree to get some shots off, and now you're half health when you dive. So it forces you to either mess up your dive or wait for your healers to heal you before you dive.
Okay.
So the best situation here would be go back again and pause. The best situation to set up this dive here would be if you went around the staircase and trace the path for me. So go behind you and go into that doorway to the left. Yeah, go up to... yeah, so you can look out this window for like a half a second and get the information, and then go up to the archway, the balcony. Like the path on the right, on the right. Yeah, that.
Oh, this?
And go back into that corridor on the stairs behind. Inside the tower. Inside the tower that you're right next to. Yep, right there. So go up here. So if you were in this room, you can go up through the staircase right here. Yep. And look over, see their Zenyatta, see their entire enemy team, and they would barely be able to see you while you get the information and set up for your dive. So if you dove from up here, you could probably 1v1 the Zen and pick him out. Still be pretty much full health and set up for another dive with your ball here. So not only do you get the information to call them out, you also hide your hitbox and set up for your next dive. All right.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and play it out and we'll look at the next one. So like summarizing this one, high ground and flanking to get the information and setting up for the dive is absolutely crucial. Or else it ends up like this. You sacrifice your health bar and then scuff the dive. It's good that you forced the transcendence, but he definitely did not need to transcend.
I don't think he would have in an actual game. I think this was just a quick play thing.
I'm gonna try playing Winston. Do you wanna watch? Just have it up.
Okay, same thing here. You did try to get across, but remember, high ground is to hide yourself. So you could have hid yourself a bit better before transitioning over. This ult here, maybe not the best ult. Never use your ult to engage. Like, you are never the engage for your team. Remember that one. Let's see how this plays out. So you did use your ult here, which maybe isn't the optimal situation, but let's just see how it plays out. So focusing targets, good focus on the Zenyatta. And you leap over to the front line.
I go for help.
Yeah. Pause the video here. So I'd say the targeting on the Zenyatta was great. That's perfect. 100% what you want to do. Zenyatta is your #1 target, and if you have the opportunity, kill him. Yes, nice. You did that. But you should also be thinking in your head, at all times, even before the game starts, or even before you dive, you need to be thinking, who's going to instantly kill me on their team? And this is before even you say, who can I dive? Because if you dive the Zenyatta, but there's a Reaper next to him, you're still dead because of the Discord and Reaper. Or like if you dive anyone and Reaper's next to them, then you're dead. So you always need to be thinking, how do I avoid that person? And then how do I dive who I need to dive? So who you need to dive here would be Zenyatta is first, and then either Ana or Genji. And then last, Sigma, and then Orisa if she didn't use cooldowns, or McCree. So you need to be thinking that in your head every single time after you dive. So when you dive, you need to be thinking, okay, who's going to kill me? McCree. Okay, is he there? And you saw the Zenyatta, he was by himself, and McCree wasn't there. So you said, okay, easy dive on Zenyatta, first target. And you kill him. And as soon as you kill Zenyatta, you should be thinking in your head, who do I transition to? So let's go back to where you dive the Zenyatta. Yeah,
Okay.
Go to the moment right after you kill him and you look back at their team. I think it's farther back. It's like 20 seconds. Okay, so pause it right here. Yeah, so you go back like a couple seconds. Yeah, okay. Go from your point of view and play it at 0.25 speed and get ready to pause.
Where is this?
Right next to the pause button.
Oh.
Yep, 0.25. Alright, play and get ready to pause. As soon as you kill him and turn around, I want you to pause it. Yeah, turn around. Okay. So, unpause it and maybe play like half a second more where you fully turn around. Okay, right there. In this situation, you should be thinking, okay, I killed the Zen, and based off of, well, you should be looking to dive next, and who is that in your mind? Just vocalize that for me.
Basically, if I go back just a little bit, I caught a glimpse of Sigma sleeping. So I dropped for that reason.
Okay. In the optimal situation,
right
who should you be diving here? Just off their team comp. Just off their team comp.
Ana is in, but Ana's the only one alive.
Yep. So Ana or Genji right now, because Ana first, because Genji has no escapes, but Genji can't kill you, and he's a easy target for you to kill. So you should be thinking, okay, where's the Ana, and how do I dive her next? As soon as you kill that Zenyatta. So go back to your point of view and play it. Still at 0.25. Yeah, so you immediately start diving their Sigma just because he slept.
Yeah.
It should be your thought process should be, I need to dive Ana right here. Sigma is an okay target, but Ana's just a better target overall. So if you were thinking in your head, okay, I need to be targeting Ana, you wouldn't have taken so much damage, and you probably would have killed her and crumbled their team.
Okay.
That was a good engage onto him though. Maybe you could have auto attacked more, but that's fine. All right, let's see the next rotation. So coming back from spawn here, tell me where you want to position based off of like all the factors.
Can't remember.
Pause the video. Pause the video.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, when they're on the low ground here, your positioning on the balcony was the right position, or you can go above them and behind them. So you know the cart hasn't pushed back past the choke yet, and they're not on high ground. So you should be either taking that bridge right there, or the high ground behind them. Because then, if you're on the high ground behind them, they can't see you even more. So you go up here to get the information, and remember, hide your hitbox while you're doing it. All right, so play it.
I have to go at 8. Just
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. I think I made the mistake of not thinking about where Ana is, and I tried to dive wherever I saw.
Yeah.
But the Ana was right there.
Yeah. And I think that's just because you didn't plan ahead. You didn't think in your mind, okay, Zenyatta, then Ana, then Genji, then their tanks, then McCree. You thought in your head, let's go high ground and scout them out, which is good. That is good that you scouted them out. But you didn't think about their team comp and who you should be diving. You just kind of saw targets and you're like, let's go, you know? So if you went to the other side there and behind them, you would have saw the Genji and been like, okay, he's one of my high priority targets. Let's kill him. That's just like Winston mindset. You need to get that ingrained into your head. Who kills me? Who do I need to dive? And you should only be going in because you're trying to dive them or stalling the payload. And you should always be getting or running, or always be running from who's going to kill you. So in this situation, McCree wasn't there, which is good, and you didn't need to run. So you should have been thinking about, who do I need to dive next, and where do I need to position myself to get there. Winston is really just a cycle of, who do I dive, how do I need to get there, all while staying away from your counters. Oh, he got destroyed by Junkrat. All right, let's play the clip again.
I think I went for Arisa here because I saw her health.
Yeah.
Obviously it didn't happen.
Alright, I'm gonna message you just like Winston mindset here. Actually, I'm gonna create a new Word document for it. Alright, so right here, this should be your like mental composition at all times. And we can't really go in depth on Winston more if we don't have at least this mindset and starting to think in the game, like get this like just drilled into your head. So every game you go through, maybe review just this list and think in your head, okay, what's their team comp? Who can kill me and who can I kill? And who do I need to dive? Who do I need to dive and who can I kill is like the same thing though. And then after you think about that, you say, where can I position to not die and get the high ground and dive who I need to dive? And that's like a solid version of just what you need to be doing on Winston. or what you need to be thinking on Winston.
Okay.
Yeah, because you have to go in 4 minutes, we can talk about like more mechanics later and like continue practicing the melee combos. Really, the melee combos are secondary to that thought process, because if you're just jumping into the enemy like Reaper and melee comboing the Reaper, like great, you got the combo off, but you're dead, you know?
Yeah.
So using Winston as a on an even like deeper level of just who do I need to dive and who can I kill and who kills me, we can't get there until we understand the mindset of playing around that.
Okay.
Also, one thing that I'd like to say is, in your gameplay, you don't give the enemies enough respect. On Winston, you should always be here, pause the video for a second. Yeah, on Winston, you always need to be hiding from the enemies unless you can kill them, or else you're feeding them ult charge. And I emphasize that a lot, because when you don't reposition and find your own info, you're always just sitting in one place waiting for your team to set up a dive for you, or waiting for info to come through, either through yourself or through your team. And when you do that, you let them get that free damage on you, and that's pretty much a 10% ult charge for them, and that's a huge loss for you. So you need to be more vigilant with your positioning and letting them damage you. So pretty much when you get into the game, try to never take damage until you dive, until you're in your dive. And if you are able to dive and kill the enemy team without taking any damage, that's the optimal situation. That means you're doing it right. Okay?
Okay.
I'd say that's all for today.